Kirk Cousins? I grant it's a ridiculous question, but this is what's going on around the NFL.
Did Hembo write this?
No. He's
You know what? That is a good question, though. In all seriousness, like right now, someone said, "Look, all right, you're GM of Team X.
Don't do it, Lewis.
Don't
do it.
Kirk is going to be cut. The Giants, for some reason, want to trade us, Daniel.
Wait a minute. Oh, look. Hold on a second.
Saved by the bell.
Hey, wait a minute. Where's your tie?
What's going on? I'm just saying. What's up, fellas? What's up,
There's a backstory. Hold on. There's a backstory.
What's up?
This is not just a regular Stephen A. walk-on.
What's up?
Earlier this morning, I wanted to call your attention to Stephen A. Smith's Twitter account, where he tweeted, "What is going on in this work, especially on Get Up? Greeny has every single person up there with blazers on, no tie, with every one of them looking like they're trying to audition for Chippendales. Even Louis Riddick. What is up, fellas?"
What's going on, man?
Yeah, well, you tell me. I think we look nice.
First of all, the turtleneck that I know I'm pretty fly right now.
Yeah.
Is that corduroy? That's nice. Well, listen, it was cold last night in New York. But let me get to y'all.
Yeah.
The tie, the blazer, no tie. But this brother right here, look at the extra button. Like a right there. What's going on here? Get up. What's going on? What y'all trying to do? All five of y'all. I'm just saying, fellas. It look like y'all trying to.
Let me know where can I get that? Where can I get that turtleneck though? Let me know where I can get that from.
Is this velvet? Okay.
Oh, velvet. Call it what you want.
Maybe I'm the only one.
It works. It works, my man.
I took it as a compliment.
It was a compliment.
As no one has ever said that of me in my entire life.
I'm just saying, it's like Get Up. It's like, wait a minute, it's sports and all this stuff. Y'all look like y'all trying to appeal a bunch of different folks out there.
Okay.
What's up?
Let me ask you the question that just got Mark Sanchez all upset.
This is ridiculous.
Right now, if you could have either Daniel Jones or Kirk Cousins as the quarterback of your team, which guy are you taking?
Actually, it would be Daniel Jones.
Oh, my God.
My man.
Everyone agrees Sanchez is offended.
Let me tell you why. First of all, Kirk Cousins has looked awful. We all know that. Secondly, I reported on numerous occasions folks in Washington thought he was about his numbers. Nice guy, very likable. It's not that they dislike him or whatever. He's safe. He's about trying to get his numbers and make sure he looks good. Here's the problem in Minnesota right now. You got not one but two receivers that are complaining.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I've never seen that. I mean, think about it. You got Stephon Diggs once out, and Thielen, I mean, what more does he need to say? I mean, he called out Kirk Cousins the other day. You do not see that happening to a quarterback. I have seen some scrubs, bona fide scrubs, quarterback into the National Football League, and their receivers never called them out like this.
So Kirk Cousins is a scrub?
No, I'm saying that's what I'm saying. I've never seen scrubs called out like this. So the fact that you got your two receivers calling you out like that, excuse me, they're looking forward to playing with Daniel Jones. Ain't nobody looking forward to playing with Kirk Cousins right now.
Let me ask Stephen A. one more question before I have to let him go, and I got Michael K. standing by. Are the New York Yankees going to win the World Series?
Why you gotta ask me that?
Well, because you're standing next to me, and it's the next topic.
I'm a Yankees fan.
I know then.
The Astros are the best team in baseball with Verlander, Cole, and Greinke. I mean, Verlander and Cole, they're going to finish 1 and 2 in the American Cy Young Award.
Yeah.
And obviously Greinke is no joke either. Pitching wins World Series championships, and that's the one thing the Yankees don't have. I do not trust their rotation. Their bullpen, that's a different ball game. But those first 5 innings, I don't trust the Yankees. That is my problem.
Well, we will ask Michael K. that question. Stephen A. What is he
Got
now?
Everybody
He's
looking
12 minutes away from first take. You're looking good.
Y'all need to have Max in here influence him.
Okay, fair enough. Great to see you, Steve. Let's get to the action for tonight, because the Yankees will tip things off against the Twins, with James Paxton getting the mound, against a Minnesota team that set the Major League home run record with 307. Now, bear in mind, the Yankees hit 306. So this figures to be a slugfest in practically every way you slice it, and that is one of 4 games on the Major League schedule today. And we are very pleased to welcome to our program the TV voice of the New York Yankees and the host of the Michael K. Show on ESPN Radio in New York. My buddy Michael K. is ready to go. And let's address what Stephen A. just brought up, Michael. The Yankees starting pitching has obviously been a sticking point all year long. Can they piece this together to get through Minnesota?
Hey, Stephen A., I don't have a tie on either. I think their starting rotation is fine. I really do. The three guys are sending out there. There are very few pitchers that pitch better than James Paxton over the last 2 months of the season when he started incorporating the curve with the fastball. We know that Tanaka has pitched very well in the postseason in his life with an under 2 ERA in all of his starts. And Severino's the wild card here. That's the trade that the Yankees never made. Comes off the IL after missing all of the season except for 3 starts. He's throwing at 98 miles an hour. I think he's the wild card in all of this. And the bottom line, the Yankee bullpen is so deep, Greeny, so deep, that all they need to do, get out of a starter, is 12 to 15 outs. Then the bullpen could take over. They have 5 legitimate studs out there, because I'm including Chad Green as well, and they're not matchup relievers. Each one of those guys could get 1 inning and get that out of the way. And with the days off between, they could pitch every single game.
I had CC Sabathia here yesterday. I asked him this. I'll ask it to you. These teams combined to hit whatever it was, 600 and something home runs this year. Do you expect this to be a home run festival? Because that's not usually what we see in October.
I think that you're going to see a lot of home runs, and I think that both managers believe that the only way they're going to win is to get home runs, because you just can't string that many hits together in the postseason because the pitching is usually too good. So the way to make that big strike, control the strike zone, get on base, as Aaron Boone calls it, get some traffic, and then have one of the big guys strike a blow. And with these teams, you don't even need a big guy. 1 to 9, anybody could go deep. That's how you get 307 and 306 home runs. So I think home runs will be prevalent in this series.
And now I want to take your play-by-play man hat off, and let's make you the talk show host that you are and I listen to every single day. You saw what happened with Ronald Acuna Jr. last night for the Braves. He doesn't hustle. They wind up losing by 1 run. His teammates and his manager did not have his back after the game last night. What was your take on what we saw?
It's awful, but I think it's an epidemic in baseball because guys want a style, and I think it goes all the way back to what baseball uses as a marketing slogan before the season: let the kids play. Don't run down the first base line with a bat. But the bottom line is, Snitker has done what he tried to do. He's benched him during the season. You can't take one of the best players in baseball out. Acuna knows that as well. I don't know how you stop it because too many of the big stars want to stand there in style. He should have been at second base, not on first base.
And again, it winds up costing them a run, potentially, and they wind up losing the game by 1. Again, the Yankees and Twins start tonight. Michael Kay will be on the radio this afternoon starting at 3 in New York City. It's always a pleasure. Michael, thanks for a few minutes here. See you soon.
Anytime, Mike.
All right, that's the great Michael Kay with us. Meanwhile, SportsCenter coming your way tonight, 6 Eastern after PTI with Kevin and Keith. They'll look at how important the long ball will be in this series between the Twins and Yankees. Herbie will sit down with Ohio State quarterback Justin Fields and why Tom Brady can thank the Patriots defense for his team's great start. SportsCenter on ESPN and the ESPN app. Meanwhile, let's look back at all the fun we've had this week. Delighted that you are here with the